Alright, it's time to do that fan interaction video. Gotta get this done. Got 11 comments for it. Sorry if I missed your comment. There'll be future fan interaction videos. I like doing these. But anyways, I'm gonna read off the comments, and the links are gonna be in the description for the people who made videos. The first guy that made a comment and a video is Will Ferrell #1. Will Ferrell #1 basically says in this comment that WWE has bad storylines. They're putting non-wrestlers against actual wrestlers, and there's too much talking and less wrestling, and he says TNA is crap. Alright, so basically how this video is going to work, I'm going to see if I agree or disagree with some of your comments. I agree with the bad storylines, and a lot of people said bad storylines in here, so I'm just going to kind of get out of the way right now. WWE storylines, sometimes they just feel like they're rehashing old shit. I mean, seriously, you're not making a good storyline when you have to bring back Big Show to feud with John Cena. I mean, what the fuck is that shit? Big Show and John Cena? I mean, I don't even want to see that in the main event. I think after a match at No Way Out that I found was interesting, and once that's over, I might close the pay-per-view bit and review it and just say, oh, Big Show Cena, who cares? I mean, really? Big Show Cena? What the fuck is that shit? No one cares. Big Show Cena, don't care. I mean, the storylines, they just have been bad. Now, non-actual wrestlers against actual wrestlers. The thing is this. If your name is not the Great Khali or Hornswoggle or Garrett Bischoff, you are not an actual wrestler. Great Khali, yes, he's a draw. Yes, he's this. Yes, he's that. But this guy has no movement in the ring. Hell, he can barely walk to the ring. He can barely sell a move. I think the best selling he's ever done is when Batista spinebuster Rey Mysterio on him. That's pathetic. But, other than that, Hornswoggle, he can't wrestle. We know that. All he does is the tadpole splash. And then Garrett Bischoff, do we even need to go on about Garrett Bischoff? Go watch a video from the Schleg Daddy at Off the Rope Show or the Lex Man or anyone. They will tell you already how much of a piece of shit freaking Garrett Bischoff is. Terrible. But besides Garrett Bischoff sucking so much, I feel like that if you can work a good match and you are a good performer, you are a wrestler. I don't care if you're not the most technical guy in the world. I think you are a wrestler if you can work a good match. So, to be honest, I kind of disagree with that status. I know Khali has had one good match with Cena, but it was a Falls Count Anywhere match. If you can't make a Falls Count Anywhere match good, you suck automatically. I mean, seriously. Who can't make a hardcore match good? Too much talking, less wrestling. See, that's why I kind of got to disagree. Because, sometimes it's the in-ring promo segments that get people talking about wrestling. Not really the match itself. Matches, they are important in wrestling. They are important in a show. But when it comes to the, promo segments, I mean, the Attitude Era, everyone's like, yes, the Attitude Era was so great. They were putting on good matches in the Attitude Era. But what were more memorable, the matches or the in-ring segments that happened with Austin? I think the in-ring segments were more memorable than the matches, don't you think? So I kind of disagree. I mean, this year we got Undertaker coming back when Triple H was like, I'm gonna fire you, Johnny Ace. And then Undertaker come out and then basically stared each other down when Lesnar was like, came back and fucking destroyed Cena. That kind of stuff. My boy, the Chris Phoenix says, lack of interesting storylines. I kind of already covered that. Pushing the wrong people when young talent that can be used to make things different. Same thing over and over again. For example, Raw, same thing over and over again, and TNA pay-per-views, the endings are the same. I agree with the pushing the wrong people. In a way, I agree that sometimes the wrong people get pushed. Like Alberto Del Rio, don't get me wrong, I like the guy. He's good. He's fine. But the thing is, I thought he was pushed at the wrong time. Jack Swagger, come on. How many of you guys really think that pushing Jack Swagger was a good idea when he was in the company for a year? What the fuck? Why are you trying to push him to the world title so fast? I think pushing the wrong guys, in a sense, is correct, but also pushing them too fast. You can never push a guy too fast. I mean, look at Rey Mysterio. I mean, he's not the biggest guy out there. He's not really a fan favorite by this YWC, but this motherfucker, He's been wrestling for fucking since he was 14 years old. You know, he's paid his dues, and he was pushed at a later note. Despite, you know, rest in peace, Eddie. We all miss you still. You know, despite all that, you know, he was pushed at the right time because you know it took a while, and bam, Kurt Angle, he was pushed at the right time because you know the Attitude Era needs something different. Austin and Rock were getting stolen boring, and Undertaker was off doing shit. Kurt Angle was like, dun, 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 and won. You know, that's fine with me. So yeah, and some of the younger talent getting stuck. And you know the Raws, yeah, I'm with you on Raws. I mean, how many times on Raw we're gonna see Kofi Kingston versus Dolph Ziggler? Like, what the fuck? I don't care. I don't care about Kofi Kingston, Dolph Ziggler, 80 fucking 9. Give me something different. WWE, if you ask them to give you something different, they're gonna be like Kofi Kingston and Jack Swagger. Fuck yeah. That doesn't get me excited. And TNA endings, yeah, you know, Robert Roode. How many times are you gonna, you know, freaking whatever? I'm not gonna bitch about that. Mr. Uganda says not enough Steve Blackman. What the fuck are you talking about, Steve? Steve Blackman is gone. Screw him. God damn. Gold Standard 000, my boy says doesn't need to be not enough long-term plan storylines. I already agree with that. You know, I wish they did plan it more so you can get more invested. So yeah, I agree with that. Lack of build of hyper pay-per-views. Exactly. Not pushing up guys to the main event. Those are the main things for me. We still get good matches, but if those things could be fixed, the product would be way better in WWE and TNA. Yeah, you know, I agree with the main event scene. You know, it kind of just feels the same shit. And it kind of feels like they force guys when they run out of people. It's like, oh, CM Punk beat Daniel Bryan. Who's next? Put in Cody Rhodes. We don't know what he's going to do. And we don't know if he's going to stay there. But don't worry, it'll be soon enough to when John Cena reigns supreme. You know, it just kind of feels like that. It's like the main event is just so boring. And there's not really solidified main eventers. And pretty much, you know, all us internet brands, we kind of put like almost everyone that kind of is just like on TV as the main event. And it's true, guys. It's true. We'd be like, Dolph Ziggler's in the main event, by the way, guys. Oh, Jack Swagger, he's the main eventer. He's a former world champion. It's like everyone's in the fucking main event anyways. They're just going to be thrown in there, but they're not really solidified in there pretty much. That's the sad thing. You know, WWE just doesn't know how to solidify guys into the main event anymore. And then what else he said? Yeah, the mid-card feuds are a big deal. I mean, the mid-card belts are pretty much a piece of shit. I mean, I don't really care about, you know, Christian's IC champ. I think WWE was trying to do something with Jinder Mahal and Christian on Raw, but I just didn't really give two fucks because, first of all, when was the last time we saw Jinder Mahal on fucking TV? Like, what the hell? I thought this guy got released. And then I see him on TV facing Christian, and I'm like, what the fuck? You're not going to give Cody Rhodes a rematch, but you're going to give Jinder Mahal a live TV match? Jinder Mahal belongs on Superstars, man. This guy right now is working his way up. I'm not saying he's garbage, but he's working his way up. Just let him build, man. That's not, WWE rushes these fuckers. Yeah, but pretty much, you know, I agree. They need to have more hype. More mid-card feuds would make mid-carders interesting, and also the main eventers need to be pushed up to make the scene look fresh. Joe the Show says Johnny Curtis not being on SmackDown. You know what, Joe? Fuck you. He will be on SmackDown one day, and I miss your damn ass. Captain Andoy says pretty much he has no complaints with wrestling, but he actually wishes that, you know, I could get a cheaper ticket or pay-per-views that don't cost that much and more signings and giveaways. And I agree. You know, WWE, they charge too much for those damn pay-per-views. You're putting up 12 pay-per-views a year. And be honest, guys. Be really honest here. What pay-per-views, besides maybe the big four and maybe some sideshow pay-per-views, do you actually go out and order? If you order all 12, I am telling you right now, just file for bankruptcy. No, I'm just kidding. But don't order all 12. Come on, 12 times 50, that's a shitload. That's $600. Not even 12. Isn't it like 14 pay-per-views? I mean, isn't there 2 in like October, like Hell in a Cell and shit, son, WWE, you assholes. But you know, it's like too much money, man. I remember when pay-per-views were like $30. That was a shit. I could ask my dad to order those and he wouldn't care. But you know, when you say DVD signings and giveaways, you know, I agree, man. I mean, I find it bullshit that I have to be the first 200 to get a signing, and I find it bullshit at SummerSlam Fan Access, I paid $75 just to meet Rey Mysterio, and I didn't get any VIP treatment. I was treated just like any other scrub. The only thing I got to do was able to shake Rey's hand and take a picture with Rey, which you can see in my profile pic on my YouTube page. And then after that, I didn't get any front line to anything. I didn't get to do anything cool. The only thing was I got to be closer to the ring. Like, who gives a shit, man? That was just stupid. I agree. They gotta be cheaper on shit like that. The ticket prices are outrageous sometimes. You know, I was lucky to get my SummerSlam tickets at my ticket price. I'm just saying, I was lucky on that. But besides that, I totally agree with what you're saying there, buddy. I want more DVD signings and giveaways too. I mean, Fan Access, you would think they would give the fans a free SummerSlam t-shirt. Nah, you gotta wait till you get inside and pay your $25. And then not only that, the $20 that Staples Center's charging for food. Oh, did I mention that you already paid $81 for your fucking SummerSlam tickets and they're not even front row? Yeah, WWE. I feel you. I feel you. You guys are assholes. Let's see what else. Oh yeah, my boy Mike Blue T. He pretty much just talks about how he hates the term divas and they should bring back women, and then pretty much says the commentators suck and that Cole needs to get fired. I agreed. The women's title meant more. The Divas Championship just makes the women feel like bitches and not make me care about them. I mean, a diva is like pretty much when people think of divas, they don't think of strong, powerful women. They think of bitches. They don't think of fucking, oh my god, women that can kick your ass. No, they think of bitches. Women. Now, those are people that can kick your ass. You don't want to get a woman angry, guys. I'll show you a video of Chris Cyborg. You will be like, who the fuck is that bitch? I'll be like, she's Chris Cyborg. And then you will see what a woman is. I mean, remember when the women's title actually got feuds? I mean, he even said, like, they're short. Yeah, I mean, and I know fans can be like, but Layla and fucking Beth Phoenix had one good match. It's like, one good match? Who cares? Oh my god. It's like one good match and all of a sudden the Divas division's resurrected. That's what we were all saying about the Divas of Doom before WWE took a huge fart on it. Literally, a huge fart on it. I mean, like, seriously, who cares right now about the Divas division? They can put on a 5-star match, and I still won't care about it. I find the Knockouts division more entertaining than this Divas division. I mean, the women's title. Remember Raw in 2004 when Lita and Trish were fighting for the women's title? They were promoted it the week before Raw, video package on Thursday Night SmackDown, not this Friday night bullshit. And then they had the match main event Monday Night Raw. That is a women's feud. That's how you build a women's match. And that match went like at least 7-8 minutes. More than the 3 or 4 that these women's get. I mean, the last great women's match I think we saw in WWE terms is literally like Unforgiven 06 between Lita and Trish. Not to mention Trish is wearing white, fellas. And the floor is wet. I repeat, Trish is wearing white. All you people out there. You know what I'm talking about. And I agree about the commentators. I mean, Brock Lesnar came out, I wasn't hyped. Like, it was cool seeing him, but I wasn't like, oh my god, because JR would have been like, by God, your roof is on fire, Brock Lesnar, and like fucking had a heart attack. And then Michael Cole just like, oh, here comes the pill. I'm like, fuck off, Cole. I don't think Cole should be fired. Just move him to TNA, fire Mike Tenay, bring Josh Matthews on Raw. Keep Josh Matthews and Booker T on SmackDown, or put Max Striker in there, and pretty much have Cole and Taz do TNA, because I think that would be a good combo. Mike Tenay can go try to sell shit with Don West. That is bullshit. Oh, by the way, Don West can sell you a bag of poop and you will still buy. I stand by that till I die. But I don't think Michael Cole should be fired. I think he should just move. To be honest. Deaders98, my boy, says, not letting young talent show what they can do in storylines. Example, NXT random matches with storylines of shit, and also to help the mid-card be important. I already went over the mid-card, but I agree with NXT. Deader said it best. That's what it is. It's a pile of shit, NXT. I mean, the only people to care about on there, I think, is like Derek Bateman, Johnny Curtis, Caitlyn. I don't know if she's still dating Daniel Bryan. I don't know what's going on with that. Maybe a little bit of Tyson Kidd. I don't know. Not really. So Yeah, I pretty much agree with you there. NXT, the young talent needs to get more push. I totally agree there. You know, they gotta get featured more, but you know, WWE likes to rush some of the better young talent. So in a way, I kind of like that they're not rushing these younger talent. But if you're not gonna hype up or promote NXT in any way, I mean, the last time they hyped up and promoted NXT was some stupid wedding, and I watched the episode and it was hilarious. But besides that, they never hype it up. So what makes me want to watch something if you ain't gonna hype it up good? Like seriously. And then Red Wolf Windgear says, bad writing, holding some talent back. I love wrestling, but there's a lot of problems around it. Shrugs. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. You know, wrestling is still fun to watch. You know, I still love watching wrestling. I have no problem with professional wrestling, but there are all problems in wrestling. You can't avoid the negatives, folks. You can put positives and you can put negatives, but the thing is about communities, if you always think positive, it's just too boring. You gotta always think negative sometimes and try to find a way to make it better. But we already talked about this. You guys already put your comments down below. You guys already told me what are the positive and negatives. Now this will probably be the longest video you're ever gonna see from me again. I'm sorry about it, but it was a fan interaction reading these comments, you know, kind of putting my words into it. But if you guys like this video, you know what to do. Subscribe. Comment down below your thoughts about this video. Do you agree with some of the points that my friends made? Check out Will Ferrell #1 because he was the only one to make a video response. Follow me on Twitter. You know, CO Live second account. You know the drill. See y'all.